Hello friends, today I'm going to explain how to do operator overloading. Operator overloading in the sense we have an object, like we have a class. For that class we have an object. So for that object we can do arithmetic operations, like we can increment it, decrement it. We can see that if two objects of the same class are equal, two objects are different class, we can change that explicitly. We can change that to integer, or that to any data type, that object to a data type, and that, or implicitly we can change that object to and data type. So explicitly from data type to, sorry, explicitly from my object to an data type, and implicitly from and data type to an object. So this is how we can do it. So just I have a class here, sorry, I have a class here that is called program. Then I'm just having hours, minutes, seconds. So I'm just asking the user to enter the, if it is 60 minutes then enter 0, if it is 60 seconds then enter as 0. So I'm just taking the time one from the user and storing it in minute, hours, and I'm just creating a time one is my another class, that is time I operator. This is called interfacing. I'm just having an interface called I operation. So it should have a display function, should be there. I should need to override that display function. So I'm just having the display function. So I'm just having I operator here. Sorry, excuse me. I operator here. So it is have this hour, minutes, and seconds. This is a constructor, and this is a blank constructor or an empty constructor. So I'm just sending it to my time object. So I'm just getting it. So I'm just displaying that time object using the display function. So if you see it here, sorry, yeah, time object. So I'm just displaying it. If it is greater than hours, I'm just adding zeros and other stuff. I did it here just to showcase of it. So I'm just displaying it using t1 dot the object dot display. Then I'm taking another time, I'm storing it in t1. I'm just having another time t2. Just add an object called t2 and just again displaying it. If hours is greater than 12 and minutes are greater than, and just putting as check equal to -1, or because if there is something is there, I need to change a little bit in the program, then I need to get to it. So I'm just asking the user, press 1 for adding the time, press 2 for subtracting time, press 3 for checking whether both the times are equal or not. So I'm just taking the user. So I need to add t1 plus t2. So how can we do it? I'll just go here, static public static time operator. I'm just having, because I'm sending two operators, t1 and t2, t1 plus t2. So I'm just putting it into temp variable. So temp dot seconds equal t1 dot seconds plus t1 dot seconds 2. If it is excess than 0, I'm just subtracting 60. Then minutes, if it is there more than 60, the number is more than 0, I'm just subtracting the 60 and adding 1 to the hours. The same thing for the hours also, I did the same thing. The same thing for the subtraction also, I'm just subtracting both the things. If it is going to the minus value, I'm just adding 60 to it. The same thing, and done it here. So if this is for boolean thing, if our hours are equal to and hours not equal to minutes, and if I'm saying yes true, otherwise are false. So if we are overriding double equal to, we need to override not equal to. This is compulsory, we need to do it. The same thing I did it here. So if you see it here, I'm just having if equal to, I'm just saying as match and not matched, wrong choice. Now we'll see how to change from time to seconds. So I'm just sending time objects to integer. So I'm just changing the time object to integer. So we'll see how can we change a time object to an integer. So yeah, here, so I'm just sending the time object here. I want to change it to integer. So int seconds equal to t1 dot minutes into 60. So each minute have 60 seconds because I want to display in the seconds, everything is totally in seconds, so I'm just displaying it into 60. Then t dot hours into 60 into 60 because hours contain 60 minutes and each minute contains 60 seconds, so I'm just saying plus no normal seconds, I'm just writing that seconds and I'm displaying it here. And for time 2 in seconds, and for uh, time in second, enter the time in seconds. So I want to change that into, see I'm just changing into time dot parse int console dot read line. I'm just taking the input from the user, how many seconds, like 5672 seconds, think of it, 5672 seconds. So I'm just putting it into time 4 equal to time t4 dot display. So excuse me, so I'm just putting equal to time, I'm just putting that integer value to it. So let's see how this is called implicit. Now I'm doing it in implicit method. So implicit because an integer to object will implicit and object to integer will be explicitly done. So I'm just dividing it by 60 and percentage by 60, I'm getting an extra seconds of there, I'm just adding it to it, the same thing divided by 60 minutes. Hours will be seconds divided by 60. So I'll just 60 like because we have 60 seconds. That minutes also I need to divide it by 60. So if there are more than 60 minutes I need to divide it, so I'll get it the percentage. If it is greater than or greater than 0, I'm just separating it that 12 from it. So return time, just returning the time back to the user, so it will be displayed here. So this is how we can use an operator overload. So now see, I'm just enter time 1 25 and 36. So 1 hour to 25 seconds, and 2 c 25, which was me as wrong time 5 6 wrong time c. So this will be my wrong time, so I need to enter it normal way. Choice is wrong, time 1 in seconds, time 2 in seconds, enter the type. So 5654, 1 hour 34 seconds and so 34 seconds 14 seconds. So this is how we can do it. I'll just run it again. 2 enter 36 enter 25, then 11 enter 32 enter 34. I just want to add the time here. So I'm just adding the time, so t1 in seconds and t2 in seconds. I'm just pressed and 1. So because I did not use any value, for every time it goes wrong, so I'm just t1 in seconds. I'm just see, let's see, 9385, see 2 hours 32 seconds and 25. So this is how we can do implicit and explicit conversion from object to an integer, and or method overriding, operator overriding. Thank you so much.